I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody's going to clean it up. I really did believe at one point, up until I got shot, that no black person would ever shoot me. I was their representative. You know, I didn't have to fear my own community. You know, I was like, I represent them. I'm their ambassador to the world. They would never harm me. They would never rob me. They would never do me wrong.
Happy G-Day to the greatest of the all-time rapper, hustler, activist, songwriter and actor Tupac Amaru Shakur. Tupac Amaru Shakurलाई 1996 मा कार सुटिङमा मारिएको थियो, जसको कारण टुपाक र टुपाक साइन भएको म्युजिक लेबल डेथ रो रेकर्ड्सको सम्मिलित झगडालाई मानिन्छ, जसलाई इस्ट कोस्ट भर्सेस वेस्ट कोस्ट भनेर पनि चिन्ने गरिन्छ। टुपाकले 25 वर्षको उमेरमै ठूलो सफलता हासिल गरिसकेका थिए। को हुन् त टुपाक अमारु शाकुर? टाइटल नम्बर 1। टुपाक अमारु शाकुर एकेए टुपाक एउटा सफल अमेरिकी र्यापर, एक्टर र सङराइटर हुन्, जसले एउटा समाजमा हुने वास्तविक, हिंसात्मक र स्तब्ध पार्ने लिरिक्सले अनगिन्ती प्रशंसक र आलोचनाहरू कमाएका थिए। टुपाक एउटा टप सेलिङ एल्बम र्याप कलाकार हुन्, जसले आजको डेटसम्म 75 मिलियन एल्बम सेल्स गरिसकेका छन्। एउटा संवेदनशील, अत्यन्त प्रतिभाशाली र चिन्तित आत्मा हुन् टुपाक। टुपाकलाई सेप्टेम्बर 1996 लास भेगसमा अनगिन्ती गोली प्रहार गरिएको थियो, जसको ठीक 6 दिन पछि उनको मृत्यु भएको थियो। आजको दिनसम्म पनि टुपाक अमारु शाकुरको हत्याकाण्ड सल्भ भएको छैन।
Was Pac. He'd been shot before. Fine. My mother knocks on the hotel door. Will opens the door. Soon as I see her face, I knew he was gone.
I was at Warren G's house. In the living room. I think we was playing a video game, and we kept getting a whole bunch of calls and pages. Somebody told us to turn on the news, and we turned the news on, and we seen the little shit. I drove down there to the hospital, because I wanted to see my nigga, you know what I'm saying, make sure he was straight. I'm thinking that he was gonna make it. I had went to see him when he was still alive, and I said a little prayer to him in his head and held his hand and whispered at him, you know, said my piece with him. You know, he didn't have no consciousness, but I felt like my spirit and his spirit connected, and I felt like he got it.
When I heard that Tupac died, I was cooking in a restaurant. It was a sports bar, so there was a big TV screen, and we all just kind of watched it, just like, you know, just dazed. Well, it worked at the job that I worked at. I didn't understand Tupac. I didn't understand the music. So we're looking at us like, what's wrong? What's the big deal? Get over it. And it's like, nah, this is a really fucked up day. For the longest, I think anybody who has something to do with hip hop and loved the music there was a sense of mourning for a long time.
टुपाकले आफ्नो म्युजिक करियर अमेरिकीहरूमाथि हुने यातना र अन्यायको विरुद्धमा बोल्ने विरोधीको रूपमा सुरु गरेका थिए। उनको उच्च प्रतिभाकै कारण आफ्नो पिढीका मान्छेहरूको लागि मात्र नभएर सम्पूर्ण अफ्रिकी अमेरिकीहरूको लागि बोल्ने पीडाको लागि बोल्ने प्रवक्ता बनेका थिए। टुपाकको जीवनकालमा सबैभन्दा ठूलो लडाई प्राय जस्तो आफैसँग हुने गर्थ्यो। जब उनले ग्याङ्स्टर र्यापको शून्यवाद र डेथ रो रेकर्ड्सको सुगनाइटसँग हात मिलाउन पुगे, त्यस दिनदेखि टुपाकको जीवन र कला धमिलिँदै दुःखद परिणामतिर ढल्न गयो। अर्ली लाइफ। टाइटल नम्बर 2। टुपाकको जन्म जुन 16, 1971 मा न्युयोर्कको हार्लम भन्ने ठाउँमा भएको थियो। टुपाककी आमा द लेट अफिनी शाकुरले आफ्नो छोरा र छोरीलाई निकै दुःख र कष्टका साथ हुर्काएकी थिइन्। टुपाकको परिवार ब्ल्याक प्यान्थरको मेम्बर भएकोले धेरैजसो घर सर्ने गर्थे। त्यसपछि टुपाकको परिवार न्युयोर्कको बाल्टिमोर भन्ने ठाउँमा सरे, जुन टुपाकले एउटा प्रतिष्ठित आर्ट स्कुल, बाल्टिमोर स्कुल अफ आर्ट्समा भर्ना भए। टुपाक्स ड्याड, मदर एन्ड सिस्टर। टाइटल नम्बर 3। टुपाकको पहिलो नाम लेस्नी प्यारिस क्रुक्स राखिएको थियो। जब टुपाकी आमा अफिनी शकुरले ब्ल्याक प्यान्थर पार्टी जोइन गरिन् तब उनको नाम फर्स्टलाई परिवर्तन गरेर टुपाक अमारू राखियो, जुन एउटा पर्सियन क्रान्तिकारी थिए जसलाई स्पेनिसहरूले मारेका थिए। शाकुर थर पछि टुपाकले आफ्नो बहिनी सेखियाको बुवा मुटुलु शाकुर, जो एउटा ब्ल्याक प्यान्थरका मेम्बर थिए, उहाँबाट लिएका थिए। टुपाकी आमा द लेट अफिनी शकुर, जसको रियल नेम एलिस फाई विलियम्स थियो, उहाँ एउटा उत्तर अमेरिकी दासी र स्कुलबाट निकालिएकी नारीको छोरी थिइन्। जब टुपाकी आमा अफिनी शकुर टुपाकलाई लिएर प्रेग्नेन्ट थिइन् तब उनलाई मान्छेको रङको युद्ध सुरुवात गर्ने षड्यन्त्रमा संलग्न भएको आरोपमा जेल हालिएको थियो 1970 मा। अफिनी शकुरले त्यही गत वर्ष आफूलाई कोर्टमा निर्दोष साबित गरिन् र आफ्नो यो जितको अभिव्यक्तिलाई सानो सन्तानले प्राप्त गर्नुमा निकै गर्व मानिन्। त्यस जितको आशयपछि उनले आफ्नो नाम अफिनी शकुरमा परिणत गरिन्। अफिनी शकुरको मृत्यु मे 2, 2016 मा भएको थियो। उनी त्यतिखेर 69 वर्षकी थिइन्। टुपाकको जैविक बुवा बिली गार्ल्यान्ड पनि ब्ल्याक प्यान्थरका मेम्बर थिए, जो पछि सम्पर्कविहीन भएका थिए जब टुपाक 5 वर्षका थिए। टुपाकले आफ्नो बुवालाई 23 वर्ष नहुँदासम्म भेटेका थिएनन्। उनले 1996 मा भाइब म्यागजिनसँगको इन्टरभ्यूमा भनेका छन् कि I thought that my father was dead all the time. I felt that I needed a daddy to show me the ropes, but I didn't find one. टुपाक जन्मिएको 2 वर्षपछि टुपाकी बहिनी सेखियाको जन्म भएको थियो। यद्यपि सेखियाको बुवा मुटुलु शाकुर पनि पछि सम्पर्कविहीन भए। जेरा पिङ्केट स्मिथ एन्ड टुपाक फ्रेन्डसिप। टाइटल नम्बर 4। टुपाकले एक्ट्रेस जेरा पिङ्केट स्मिथ, वाइफ अफ एक्टर विल स्मिथलाई आफ्नो बाल्टिमोर हाई स्कुलदेखि चिन्थे। जेडाले टुपाकको म्युजिक भिडियो स्ट्रिक्टली फर माई नेगर्समा पनि क्यामियो गरेकी छिन्। जेडा स्मिथलाई 2017 मा आएको टुपाकको लाइफमा बेस्ड मुभी अल आइज अन मी मा पनि देख्न सकिन्छ। जेडाले पछि रिपोर्टरहरूलाई भनेकी थिइन् कि उनी एउटा ड्रग डिलर थिइन् जब उनले फर्स्ट टाइम टुपाकलाई भेटेकी थिइन् र उनले टुपाकसँगको सम्बन्ध मुभिज भेरी हर्टफुलसँग रिइमेजिन गरेकी थिइन्। उनले इन्टरभ्यूमा यो पनि भनेकी छिन्, इट वाजन्ट अबाउट oh, you have this cute girl and this cool guy. They must have been in this. Nah, it wasn't that at all. It was about survival, and it has always been about survival between us.
As many of you know, today is Pac's birthday. He would have been 50 this year. And of course, you know, I went down memory lane. Over the years, Pac wrote me many letters and many poems, and I don't think this one has ever been published, honestly. He had a song called Lost Souls on the gang-related soundtrack, but I believe this was the original concept because he wrote this, I believe, when he was at Rikers. And I was like, I don't think he would have minded that I share this with you guys. Some say nothing gold can last forever. And to believe this, I need no proof. I have witnessed all that was pure in me and be changed by the evil men can do. The innocence possessed by children once lived inside my soul, but surviving years with criminal peers has turned my warm heart to cold. I used to dream and fantasize, but now I'm scared to sleep, petrified not to live or die, but to awaken and still be me. It is true that nothing gold can last. We will all one day see death. When the purest hearts are torn apart, lost souls are all that's left. Down on my knees, I beg of God to save me from this fate. Let me live to see what was gold in me before it's all too late. Pac.
California and Rise to Fame. Title number 5. टुपाकको बाल्टिमोर घर वरिपरि क्राइम निकै बढ्न थालेको थियो। त्यसैले टुपाकले आफ्नो परिवारलाई लिएर मार्टिन सिटी, क्यालिफोर्निया सरे। तर त्यो ठाउँ झन् नराम्रो हुन पुग्यो, जसको कारण टुपाकी आमालाई ड्रग्सको लत लाग्यो। त्यही ड्रग्स जुन उसको छोराले सडकको कुनातिर बेच्ने गर्थे। टुपाकको हिपहपमा रुचि भएको कारणले उनले पछि ड्रग्सबाट टाढा भए। 17 वर्षको उमेरमा टुपाकले लैला स्टिनबर्ग नाम गरेको व्हाइट महिलालाई भेटे 1989 मा। उनीहरू बीच विनी मण्डेला, द सेकेन्ड वाइफ अफ नेल्सन मण्डेला को कुरा लिएर कुराकानी सुरु भयो। जब उनीहरूको भेट हुन सुरु भयो त्योभन्दा अघिदेखि नै टुपाकले शायरी लेख्न सुरु गरिसकेका थिए। टुपाकले पछि स्टिनबर्गलाई आफ्नो म्यानेजर हुने प्रस्ताव राखे, जसलाई म्युजिक इन्डस्ट्रीको बारेमा त्यो बेलामा कुनै पनि अनुभव थिएन। तर पछि स्टिनबर्गले टुपाकलाई म्युजिक म्यानेजर एटर्नी ग्वेगरी, जसलाई एउटा सुरक्षित रोडी र डान्सर मिलाउँथे, 1990 मा हिपहप ग्रुपको लागि जसको नाम थियो डिजिटल अन्डरग्राउन्ड। त्यो सँगसँगै टुपाकले रेकर्डिङ पनि गर्ने गरेका थिए। आफ्नो पहिलो सङ्ग डेब्यू अन द सङ्ग टाइटल नेम सेम सङ्ग, जसको साउन्ड ट्र्याक ड्यान एक्युर्टको कमेडीको थियो नथिङ बट ट्रबल। टुपाकले डिजिटल अन्डरग्राउन्डको एल्बम सन्स अफ द पी मा पनि आफ्नो योगदान दिएका छन्, जुन अक्टोबर 1991 मा रिलिज भएको थियो। त्यसपछि गेग्रीले स्टिनबर्गको ठाउँ लिएर टुपाकको म्यानेजर बने र टुपाकलाई इन्टेस्कोप रेकर्ड लेबलमा साइन गराए। सन्स अफ द पी आएको 1 महिनापछि टुपाकको आफ्नो एकलौटी डेब्यू एल्बम आयो, जसको नाम थियो टुपाक लिप्स नाउ। टुपाकले आफ्नो अनगिन्ती इन्टरभ्यूहरूमा गुनासो गरेका छन् कि उनको लिरिक्सलाई गलत अर्थ लगाइएको छ। उनले चक फिलिप्स नामक रिपोर्टरसँग यो पनि भनेका छन् कि एभ्रिथिङ इन लाइफ इज नट ब्युटिफुल, देयर्स अ लट अफ किलिङ एन्ड ड्रग्स। टु मी अ पर्फेक्ट एल्बम टेक्स अबाउट द हार्ड स्टफ एन्ड द फन एन्ड केयरिङ स्टफ. The thing that bothers me is that it seems like a lot of sensitive stuff I write just goes unnoticed.
Why is it suddenly a nigga tripping when I do it? Why everybody else could have a war, have beef within the music, talk about differences, and it's okay, it's music, it's hip-hop, it's groundbreaking. When I do it, it's war.
Court Cases and Jail, title number 6. अगस्त महिना 1992 मा टुपाक माथि मरिन सिटी सहरका केही ईर्षा गर्ने युवाहरूले अट्याक गरेका थिए। त्यो बेला टुपाकले बन्दुक निकाल्न खोज्दा फुस्किएर भुइँमा खसेको त्यो राइभलको समूहका केटाहरूले समातेर फायर गर्दा 6 वर्षको सानो बालकको मृत्यु भएको थियो, जसको नाम थियो कैद वल्कर टिल। पछि टुपाकलाई त्यो मर्डर चार्जबाट हटाइएको थियो। तर पछि 1995 मा टिलको परिवारले फेरि मुद्दा दायर गरेको थियो, जुन चाहिँ डेथ रो रेकर्ड लेबलले कोर्ट बाहिर नै सुल्ला गरेको थियो। भनिन्छ टिलको परिवारलाई क्षतिपूर्तिको रूपमा लगभग 300,000 to 500,000, जुन नेपाली लगभग 3.5 करोड to 6 करोड भित्र मिलाइएको थियो आजको समयमा। यससँगै अक्टोबर 1993 मा टुपाकले एटलान्टा सहरको 2 जना अफ ड्युटी पुलिसलाई एउटा पेटमा र अर्को कम्मरभन्दा तल विवाद हुँदा गोली हानेका थिए। यद्यपि यही सबै चार्जेसहरू पछि टुपाकको नामबाट हटाइयो जब कोर्टमा यो सूचना पुग्यो कि 2 जना पुलिस अफिसरहरू रक्सी सेवन गरेका थिए र साथै टुपाकलाई चोरीको गन निकालेर ज्यान मार्ने धम्की समेत दिएका थिए। यो समाचारले गर्दा अफ्रिकी अमेरिकी म्यानहरूको मनमा पुलिसको प्रति आक्रोश अझै बढ्दै गयो, जसको कुरा टुपाकले आफ्नो म्युजिकमा पनि गरेका छन्। यो सँगसँगै 1994 मा टुपाकलाई मिनेस सेकेन्ड सोसाइटीको डिरेक्टरलाई कुटपिट गरेको आरोपमा 15 दिनको लागि जेलमा राखिएको थियो। टाइटल नम्बर 7, टुपाक भर्सेस बिगी स्मल aka द नोटोरियस B.I.G.
No, the prodigal son has returned. I'm alive. The ghost is walking around. You know what I mean? And I'm alive talking. It was never a beef. It's only a difference in opinion. That's like me being mad at my little brother because he getting cash now. I'm not mad at that. I'm just mad at my little brother when he don't respect me. Now when you don't respect me, I'm gonna spank your ass. I don't give a fuck how rich you got on the block. I'm your big brother. I will break your big ass down. Everybody that thinks that I disrespected or I love my East Coast fans. I'm from there. I'm eating New York pizza. I drive New York Jeeps. Want to hear New York. But I'm saying, let's keep it real for a second. If you have the love of music that you are, study. Go back and study. Study why I would be mad. Study why I would be mad when half of the major New York rappers, or they managers, or they agents, or they somebody was there when I got shot, and nobody couldn't give me no information. Just study that. That's all I ask for. If you're gonna act like you a gangster or a G or the king of New York, I'm gonna expect that. And when you don't come through, then I'm gonna want to crush your empire. And that's what it's time for. These niggas still fucking talking. You niggas still breathing. Fucking roaches. Alright, it's the rave on all day.
I can't really listen to that hip hop too much, really, because they be talking garbage, man. Some MCs is alright, but a lot of them is corny. Big time. I can't really get with them. They got that portrayal of being, first they tough, Then something happened to them, they turn to God. Then, when everything's cool, they tough again. I don't understand it. It's just real confusing to me. So I just said, I'm just gonna listen to me and dream out here and some slow jams, because I can't deal with these characters, man. Of course, life after death, all the questions, everything you always want to know, what's going on with the situations between me and anybody else that got problems with me. Cop that album and get all your answers. To all my enemies, mwah. One love.
Niggas talk a lot of shit, but that's after I'm gone. Cause they fear me in the physical form. Let them be known, them troubles.
Who the fuck wanna squeeze? My desertees make MCs freeze. You're waking up in cold sweats, they just dreams. You still apologizing, analyzing my size and your sizing. Realizing a fist fight will be asinine. You just pop wines, I must pop nines.
This nigga Biggie is 3 times bigger than me, and everybody sympathizing with him. They acting like I'm bullying him. This nigga 3 times bigger than me, and I'm asking this nigga to have a fight. I possess his soul. He'll never be confused and think I'm fucking Mike Tyson, and I'm a heavyweight champion. I'm a little nigga. That's why it's so raw to watch me just battle lions, because I'm a little skinny nigga battling niggas 3 times my size.
Biggie all in the air to my ear pockets, my homeboy wound, but not seeing me. My homeboy Stretch is going to Biggie's concerts. Niggas is like abandoning me. But all in the air and on TV, they like, yeah, Pop, rest, you know, keep the struggle on. I was like, yo, I'm starting to turn into like Slick Rick. Niggas is just gonna act like I'm gonna just be in jail and they gonna give me shout out and try to take my position. That's what Biggie did. Listen to it. I was there, nigga. I trained the nigga. He used to be under me like my lieutenant. The nigga, I used to come in New York. I used to do shows and let the nigga come on before I did Keep Your Head Up and Get Around. Because nobody knew the nigga in New York. And I used to tell a nigga, yo, if you want to make your money, you gotta rap for the bitches. Do not rap for the niggas. I told the nigga, don't rap for the niggas. Rap for the bitches. The bitches will buy your records and the niggas want what the bitches want. So all of a sudden he changed from being listen to party and bullshit, listen to his style. He changed from that to Big Papa. Because of me. He had my album, Me Against the World was the second one. He had the first one. I changed everything because Ready to Die came out and it sounded like my album. All my album was about, you know, dealing with death. And then he came out Ready to Die and I had to switch it. Wow. That's why it was less East Coast rap, East Coast beats, because Biggie had just took my shit.
टुपाक को तेस्रो म्युजिक एल्बम रिलिज हुनुभन्दा अगाडि टुपाक र बिगी स्मल बीच केही विवाद थिएन। तर जब नोभेम्बर 1994 मा टुपाकमाथि कयौं गोली प्रहार भयो म्यानह्याटन रेकर्डिङ स्टुडियोको लबीमा, त्यो दिनदेखि टुपाकलाई लाग्यो कि राइभल बिगी स्मल्सले उनीमाथि सुटिङ गरेको हो र यो सुटिङको चार्ज बिगी स्मल्सले लिनुपर्छ। तर बिगी स्मल्सले आफ्नो कतियौं इन्टरभ्यूमा पनि भनेका छन् कि त्यो सुटिङ मैले गरेको होइन र मलाई त्यो सुटिङको बारेमा केही पनि थाहा छैन। डेक्स्टर आइज्याक, जसले त्यो दिन टुपाकलाई गोली हानेका थिए र जो अहिले जेलमा जन्मकैदमा छन्, उसले त्यो सुटिङ कलाकारहरू मिलाउने म्यानेजर र बिजनेसम्यान जेम्स हेन्चम्यान रोजेमोन्डले पैसा दिएर गरेको भनेका थिए। तर यो सब बावजुद टुपाकले 1996 मा एउटा डिस्क ट्र्याक निकाले जसको टाइटल थियो हिट एम अप, जुन बिगी स्मल्स, ब्याड बॉय रेकर्ड्स लेबल र अन्य काउन्टलेस अरू र्यापर्सहरूको लागि डिस थियो। यो सँगसँगै अनगिन्ती र्याप आर्टिस्टहरू बीचमा झडप पनि सुरु भइसकेको थियो, जसको कारण इस्ट कोस्ट भर्सेस वेस्ट कोस्टको तनाव सुरु भइसकेको थियो। उनीहरूको दुश्मनी छिटै नै हिपहपको सबैभन्दा फेमस र डरलाग्दो हुन पुग्यो। हिट एम अप निस्केको 3 महिनाभित्र नै टुपाक अमारु शकुरलाई गोली हानी हत्या गरियो, जसलाई हिपहपमै कालो दिन भनिन्छ। टाइटल नम्बर 8, रेप चार्जेस अगेन्स्ट टुपाक। फेब्रुअरी 1995 मा टुपाकले एउटा फिमेल फ्यानलाई यौन शोषण गरेको आरोपमा 4 वर्ष 6 महिना र 1 वर्ष 6 महिनाको जेल सजाय कोर्टले पास गर्यो। यो सबै केसहरू टुपाकको न्युयोर्क होटल स्विटमा भएको थियो। 1993 मा टुपाकले अनगिन्ती पटक भनिसके कि उसले त्यो केटीलाई रेप गरेको होइन भनेर। टुपाकले यो कुरा वाइब म्यागजिनको रिपोर्टर केभिन पावेललाई पनि भनेका थिए कि उनले रेप गरेका होइनन्, तर उनले ती केटीलाई अरू स्विटमा भएका केटाहरूसँग जोगाउन सकेको भए आज सायद त्यस्तो हुँदैन थियो होला जुन उनले गर्न सकेनन्। टुपाक लेटर टु मडोना टाइटल नम्बर 9। टुपाकले पप स्टार मडोनालाई जेलभित्रबाट लेटर लेखेर पठाएका थिए। जेल हुनु अघि टुपाक र पप स्टार मडोना रिलेसनमा थिए, तर पछि टुपाकलाई जेल सजाय सुनाएपछि टुपाकले मडोनालाई जेलभित्रबाट लेटर लेखेर रिलेसनसिपलाई एन्ड गरेका थिए। उनले त्यो लेटर जनवरी 15, 1995 मा लेखेका थिए, जुन पछि मडोनाबाट भेरिफाई भएपछि अक्सनमा आएको थियो, जसको प्राइस थियो $100,000, approximately 1 crore and 18 lakh rupees in the present converting context of US currency in Nepal. टुपाकले रिलेसनसिप एन्ड गर्नुको कारण यस्तो लेखेका थिए, For you to be seen with a black man wouldn't in any way jeopardize your career. If anything, it would make you seem that much more open and exciting. But for me, at least in my previous perception, I felt due to my image that I would be letting down half of the people who made me what I thought I was. I never meant to hurt you. टुपाकले माफी पनि मागेका थिए. Like you said, I haven't been the kind of friend I know I am capable of being. Grown both spiritually and mentally, a young man with limited experience with an extremely famous sex symbol. Joining Death Row Records, title number 10. जब टुपाकलाई रेप चार्ज लागेर जेलमा सजाय काट्दै थिए, उनलाई भेट्न डेथ रो रेकर्ड्स म्युजिक लेबलका ओनर सुग नाइट गएका थिए. सुग नाइटले टुपाकलाई जेलबाट बेल गराए बापत डेथ रो म्युजिक लेबलसँग साइन गर्नुपर्ने प्रस्ताव राखे. सुग नाइटले टुपाकलाई बेल गरे बापत 1.3 मिलियन एप्रोक्सिमेटली नेपाली 11 करोड 85,46,000 तिरेका थिए 1995 मा. त्यसपछि टुपाकलाई हाई सेक्युरिटी डेनामोरिया फेसिलिटी अफ न्युयोर्कबाट निकालियो. यस सँगसँगै टुपाकले डेथ रोको आउटल लाइफस्टाइललाई ग्लोरिफाई गर्ने, युथ रिक्स सेन्टरलाई फाइनेन्सिङ गर्ने, स्पोर्ट टिम्सहरूलाई फाइनेन्सिङ गर्ने, यङ युवाहरूको लागि टेलिफोन हेल्पलाइन बनाउने र अन्य च्यारिटी सोहरूमा कन्ट्रिब्युसन गर्ने देखिएको थियो, जुन चाहिँ पछि टुपाकको डेथपछि रोबर्ट स्याम एन्सनको भ्यानिटी फेयर आर्टिकल भन्नेमा छापिएको छ. सङ्ग्स एन्ड एल्बम. टुपाकले अहिलेसम्म टोटल 11 वटा प्ल्याटिनम एल्बम्स निकालेका छन्, जसमा 4 वटा ड्युरिङ हिज करियर एन्ड 7 वटा पथमसली. पथमसली मिन्स मृत्युपछि. टुपाकले अहिलेसम्म 75 मिलियन रेकर्ड्सभन्दा बढी सेल्स गरिसकेका छन्. 2017 सेप्टेम्बरमा रेकर्डिङ इन्डस्ट्री एसोसिएसन अफ अमेरिका RIAA ले टुपाकलाई 44 टप सेलिङ आर्टिस्ट अफ अल टाइममा सूचीकृत गरेको छ by album sales and record streaming. Tupac Lives Now. Tupac's first album as a solo artist was Tupac Lives Now. Although it did not yield any hits, it sold a respectable 500,000 copies and established Tupac as an uncompromising social commentator on songs such as Brenda's Got Baby, which narrates an underage mother fall into destitution, and Soldier's Story, which controversially spoke of blasting a police officer and dropping the cop. The song was cited as a motivation for a real-life cop killing by a teenage car theft called Ronald Ray Howard and condemned by then U.S. Vice President Dan Quayle. There is absolutely no reason for a record like this to be published, Quayle said. It's no place in our society. With those words, Tupac's notoriety was guaranteed. Strictly for My Niggas. Tupac's second album, Strictly for My Niggas, dropped in February 1993. It continued in the same socially conscious vein as his debut. On the gold-certified single, Keep Your Head Up, he empathized with my sisters on the welfare, encouraging them to please don't cry, dry your eyes, never let up. The album featured contribution from Tupac's stepbrother Morphine. Morphine became a member of hip-hop group Thuglife, which Tupac started, and released the album Thuglife Volume 1 in 1994. Me Against the World. Tupac's third solo album came out on March 14, 1995. He was in jail. It's the title, Me Against the World, could not have been more approximate. It reached number 1 on Billboard 200 chart and is considered by many to be his magnum opus, by and large a work of pain, anger, burning, desperation, words CEO, H. Cooker at Rolling Stone. But there was vulnerability too. Lead single Dear Mama, a tearing, jerking tribute to his mother, Afeni, that hit number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 in April 1995. All Eyes on Me. Tupac's debut for Death Row Records, the double-length album All Eyes on Me, came out in February 1996 with his new hip-hop group Outlaws. Debuting on the album, All Eyes on Me was an unapologetic celebration of the thug lifestyle, skewing social conscious lyrics in favor of gangsta funk, Hinduism, and menace. Dr. Dre, who had pioneered G-Funk with NWA, produced the album's first single, California Love, which went number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and remains Tupac's best-known song. The third single from the album, How Do You Want It, also reached number 1 within 2 months of its release. All Eyes on Me had been certified 5 times double platinum. It would eventually become diamond certified. How Do You Want It? Released as a single in June 1996, How Do You Want It was more for its B-track Hit 'Em Up, which aired Tupac's West Coast feud with East Coast bad boy rivals. On the inflammatory song, Tupac spat venom at the artists including Biggie Smalls, Lil Kim, Junior Mafia, and Prodigy of Mobb Deep. The track seemed to be cleanly presage Tupac's death and ensuing conspiracy theories. Grab your Glocks when you see Tupac. Call the cops when you see Tupac. Who shot me but your punk didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of this menace. I hit them up, he rapped. Dawn, Illuminati, The Seventh Day Theory. Tupac's fifth album, Dawn Illuminati, The Seventh Day Theory, was released in November 1996, 8 weeks after his death. It also reached number 1 on the charts. Tupac recorded a total of 6 studio albums released posthumously, up to and including Pac Life in 2006. Title number 12, Poems and Book. Rapper हुनु अघिदेखि नै टुपाकले शायरी लेख्ने गर्थे. The world moved fast and it would rather pass by you than to stop and see what you makes cry. Is one of his verse he wrote as a teenager that will eventually be published in 200 book, The Rose That Grew from Concrete. Movies starring Tupac. Along with music, Tupac had appeared in several films by the time of his death, among them starring roles alongside Janet Jackson in 1993 Poetic Justice and Mickey Rourke in 1996 Bullet. Tupac, wife and girlfriend. Tupac married Keisha Morris in 1995 while he was still in prison. The couple had met several months earlier at a nightclub when Morris was 20 and Tupac was 21. Their marriage was annulled 5 months after Tupac was arrested for jail in October 1995. The pair remained friends until his death. Soon after his marriage to Morris ended, Tupac began dating Kadaya Jones. They met at a club when Tupac apologized for insulting her father Quincy Jones for only dating a white woman. Jones was in Las Vegas with Tupac the night he was shot. Death. Tupacको मृत्यु लास भेगसमा सेप्टेम्बर 13, 1996 मा गनशट वुन्डले भएको थियो, जसको मर्डर मिस्ट्री अझैसम्म पनि सल्भ भएको छैन. On September 7, Tupac was in Las Vegas with Suge Knight to watch a Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Hotel. There was a scuffle between a member of Crips gang and Tupac. Suge Knight, जो ओनर थिए डेथ रो रेकर्ड लेबलको, उनी ब्लड ग्याङसँग पनि संलग्न थिए. जब टुपाक र सुग नाइट चढेको गाडी रेड लाइटमा आएर स्टप भयो, त्यहाँ अर्को कारबाट आएको मान्छेले 13 वटा शट फायर गरे, जसमध्ये 3 वटा शट टुपाकलाई लागेको थियो, एउटा हातमा, अर्को पेल्भिसमा र अर्को छातीमा. He later died at the hospital. His girlfriend Kadaya and his mother Afeni Shakur were both with him on his final days. Roll Hall of Fame. Title number 16.
I realized that Pac was taught how to love at a very early age. And through his music, he shared the love with all of us. And that's ultimately why we're here tonight. Pac's a part of history for a reason. Because he made history. He's hip-hop history. He's American history. And just like in school, the more research that you do on history, the more information that you have. So do your research and see the movie All Eyes on Me. and understand all the Pac sides. He was much more than you probably think. I'm not talking about Pac the rapper, I'm not talking about Tupac the actor, I'm talking about Tupac the human being. So with that said, we'd all like to officially welcome Tupac Shakur into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Pac. Tupac, we love you, dog. You're gonna always be right with us. We know you're gonna live forever, because legends always do. They can't take this away from you, homie. And since my brother is not here in the physical form, I'll accept this honor on his behalf. I love you, Tupac. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Thug Life.
I was more shocked than anything, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't more shocked of him dying. I was more shocked to him. Pac is a strong dude, yo. I know Duke, you know what I'm saying? Right. He real strong. So when they was like, he got shot, I was just more like, again? You know what I'm saying? He always getting shot or shot at. He gonna pull through this one again, make a few records about it, and it's gonna be over, you know what I'm saying? But when he died, I was just like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? It kind of took me by. I mean, even though we was going through our drama, I would never wish death on nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no coming back from it.